What's going on, guys? It's Coach Noob back in the building with another one. And as usual, you already know it's going to be jam packed and full of jewels. And your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything, but you're here with me checking out these reviews. It's another crazy one, man, about somebody who just they weren't thinking, man. It's about a man. He got indicted for killing his ex girlfriend in front of their daughter. And man, it's just a crazy thing because he just wasn't thinking, using any kind of sense, no mental, physical, or spiritual awareness. You know what I'm saying? So let's check it out.
Family and friends of a doctor shot and killed in Barrington last month say they are devastated. They spoke at the courthouse this morning in Rolling Meadows as the man accused of killing Olga Dushan appeared in court. Our Noel Brennan was there and met Dushan's sister, Noel. She says she wants to see the suspect convicted and sent to prison. Right, Jim, she did say that, but she also talked about her sister, Olga Dushan. She called her an angel and an amazing doctor. She also told us she's now caring for Dushan's young daughter. Justice is the ultimate goal, but Tatiana Maya is focused on the future of a 4-year-old girl.
I have to give her a beautiful future.
All right, man. It's messed up that, the dude did whatever he did, man, and especially in front of their daughter. So a 4-year-old girl got traumatized for the rest of her life, and she lost both her parents, for a split second decision that could have been avoided, man. And too many times, man, stuff like this happens, and it's really just not thinking, man, not having any mental awareness, spiritual awareness, you know what I'm saying? Working on yourself, worrying about yourself. And like I always say, man, it's the decisions you make affect you and everybody else, man. And this one, it was a terrible decision, and it just ended tragically, man, especially for the little girl. Now, the sister, she's going to step up and raise her daughter. And, the man, he could have avoided this. I feel like, like I always say, man, he put too much time and energy into the woman instead of, himself, man, working on himself, building himself, being the best person that he could be every day. So if an argument was to happen, it wouldn't have ended up like this. He would have been able to walk away and come back later and talk to her when, he had calmed down or she calmed down. Because there's no reason that a daughter should have lost both of their parents for a split second decision, man. That's just crazy.
Sister couldn't.
Tatiana dreamed of caring for another child, but never imagined losing a sister.
It's a big tragedy for my parents, for me.
Dr. Olga Dushan was a well-respected endocrinologist who practiced in Mundelein.
This is a very, very loving family that's devastated. As am I.
Family friend Paul Wharton was by Tatiana's side as the man accused of killing Dushan appeared in court. William Zentik was Dushan's ex-boyfriend and father of their child. Prosecutors say he lured Dushan to his home in Barrington last month for a talk.
And see, that's crazy, man. It always, starts off with a talk. Hey, come through so I can talk to you. And then it ends up with somebody being hurt or decisions being made that you can't take back. Like, if you know you're not ready to talk to that woman, man, don't talk to her. Don't call her over there. Now, obviously, she was still cool with the dude because she came over to see him. So they were still on talking terms, man. And he took advantage of that because stuff didn't go his way. So he did what he did. And then in front of their daughter, too. Like, and then on top of that, okay, you got a daughter with her and you're on talking terms, bro. So, You're gonna be able to talk to her anytime. You know what I'm saying? Work on you. If that's what you really want to do, if you really wanted to be with her like that, then first of all, you would have never unalived her if it was somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Because you're not thinking like that. You're thinking about the future and being healthy, being successful. You know what I'm saying? And if you really loved your daughter, you wouldn't have did that because now she don't have a mother. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, if you really loved yourself, then you wouldn't have did that because you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison, or you don't want to end up. The situation could have went anywhere. Like all these videos I share, man, people end up, the wife, the kid, and the dude end up being unalive. So in the heat of the moment, you never know how you're gonna react to a situation, especially if you base all your life off of emotions and how you feel. That's what women do, man. And that's how they're wired. You know what I'm saying? And when a man does that, we see what happens. You know, it ends up in a messed up situation because he's not aligned. No mental, physical, or spiritual awareness. You're stronger than her. And mentally, you weren't thinking logically. And spiritually, you weren't thinking because, you don't think about hurting somebody else, man. You want to help somebody, and if you really love them, if you can't come to an agreement, then you agree to disagree, and you walk away, and you talk about it later, or you just move on with your life, man. And yeah, it's easier said than done for a lot of, or for some people, because if you don't want to work on yourself, if you don't want to change, you want to go back and forth with a woman, man, then that's really like a mental problem too, because you shouldn't really want to argue with anyone, man, especially with your woman, though. Like, for what? We all know that you're not going to win an argument, man, with no woman, like at least 99.9% of the time, bro. Like, why would you even want to take the time to argue to try to win an argument with a female? Like, you had a daughter with her. I was on talking terms. You had your own spot because they say you lured her over there. She had her own spot. That's cool. Do your thing. Work on yourself. And when you're really ready, then talk to her and come to some kind of agreement. Acting out of emotions, this is how it ends up. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up, man.
Deshaun was brutally murdered. She was struck twice with a baseball bat, and then she was shot.
Deshaun's family and friends don't buy the argument from Zentek's attorney that the shooting was self-defense.
Hell no, I don't buy it either, because, you know what I'm saying, you hit her twice with a bat first and then shot her. Like, and that's that physical awareness, you know what I'm saying, and mental awareness. Like, if you hit her with a bat, most likely she was laid out, man. And then you shot her because you kept making a bad situation worse, man, with irrational decisions. And that's another example of, acting out of emotions and what it does, man. When you already got yourself into something, and instead of getting yourself out of it, which is, all right, we not agreeing right now. Thank you for coming over. I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? You can leave the daughter here out till, however he got her over there. Yeah, I really want to see my daughter anyway, so come pick her up in a couple hours, or, I'll drop her off, whatever. But nah, this stuff didn't go my way. You know what I'm saying? If I can't have you, nobody can have you, or, you know what I'm saying, you always do this, or whatever the case was that happened. It led to you hitting her twice with a bat and then shooting her, man. Like, it doesn't sound like self-defense. Sounds like just doing somebody wrong, man. Just brutally beating them up and unaliving them, like, which is crazy. And then in front of your daughter, so that's a bad example in front of a kid to set, man, because she saw her mom get brutally unalived in front of her, man, and you don't know how that's going to traumatize her. You don't know how she's going to deal with relationships with men after that. Like, God forbid she gets with somebody who's physically abusive and she stays because she's seen, her mom get treated like that. So she thinks that that's what type of behavior that men do when they can't control their feelings. They take them out on the person that they with or the person that they supposedly love. And that's, it's just a messed up thing, man. That's why it's so important to be spiritually aware, man. Even if you're religious or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It all just really talks about, man, controlling your emotions and acting, rationally, man. That's really what it is. Being closer to God, getting to know God, however you do that, that's what you do, man. And then physically aware, like, you stronger than her and you still chose to use a bat to beat her up, and then you chose to use a weapon and shoot her, a pistol, gun, whatever. And then mentally, you weren't thinking. It sounds like just acting, blacking out, being in a moment. Like, because if you hit somebody a couple times with a bat, man, and you hit them good enough, one hit with a bat, it could lay somebody out. You can unalive them with that. The thing you do it twice, so you was in your feelings, and then you popped her, you was really in your feelings. And then by the time you came back and realized that you did that in front of your daughter, it was too late, man. Which is, it's crazy.
We're here for justice for all the victims, and we're committed to make sure that this murderer in prison for the rest of his life.
Tatiana vows to make every court appearance and to care for a child as her own.
At night, she wants her mother, and we give her as much comfort as we can.
William Zentek is charged with first-degree murder. He's due in court again on January 9th. Reporting in the news are Noel Brennan, CBS News Chicago. Thank you, Noel.
Yeah, man. Of course, that little girl wants her mom, man. She's 4 years old, man. She probably wants both parents, because most of the time, girls are daddy's girls, man, and boys are mama's boys. So it's messed up that, now she doesn't have any parent, man. She has to rely on her aunt and her grandmother, grandfather. She does have family, which is a good thing. She didn't have to go to the foster system or whatever, and she's gonna have that and have to live with that for the rest of her life, man. It's just a big wound that's gonna take a long time to heal, man, and it's messed up. And this video is a perfect example of, decision making as a man, bro. Like, so I drop these videos for dudes who want to really, just operate different, man, and be the best person that they can, man, and don't make a bad situation worse. Don't make decisions that you're gonna regret for the rest of your life. Just take a couple seconds, do some critical thinking, man. Is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Is it really worth, all the time and energy that you put into yourself? And, and just thinking like, instead of worrying about what, the woman got going on, man, worry about yourself and everything will fall into place, man. And it happen like that for you when you really want to change yourself and be different, man. And thinking about you being a leader, if you got kids, man, they look up to you, and they really need you to be the best person you can, because if you can't take care of yourself, then you can't take care of anybody else. That's just the bottom line. Being mentally, physically, spiritually aware of the decisions that you make and how it's going to affect you first and foremost, because you're the one who got to run the show, man. And then how it's going to affect everybody else after, yourself, man. You gotta save yourself first, man, before you can save somebody else. Like I said, and it's Coach Newt, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're feeling this kind of content. And as always, man, your time is appreciated because you could be doing anything, but you here be checking out these reviews. Until next time, I'm out.